Hey gamers, welcome to another edition of Smartphone Nation News. I'm Tony, joined with my good friend Rich. How you doing tonight, Rich?
I'm doing lovely. What's going on, people?
Not much, dude. No, I'm just kidding. So I guess I'm not people, I'm just your co-host, but we'll listen to the silent voices and just hope that people are excited to hear our voices.
They're clapping, taking their shirts off, the whole nine.
Oh yeah, my shirt's off, right? Oh, wait a second. But anyways, you're seeing some footage here recorded with the iPhone 5 and the HD PVR2 using, or actually it's the game Gangstar Vegas from Gameloft, just came out today, kind of a Grand Theft Auto competitor type thing. So hope you enjoy the footage. And Rich, you got some big news, don't you?
Yeah, I do. This is now Smartphone Nation and Review Tech USA are now my full-time gig. As of yesterday, that was my last day of work. And Facebook's in the background, but it's exciting, man. This is my full-time focus now, and I'm basically running my own business. So it's a little unnerving, but generally exciting because I get to focus solely on this and improve the quality of what I give you guys. So.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have more Smartphone Nation videos as well as Review Tech USA because your Review Tech USA videos are just freaking amazing. I actually kind of look forward to them every day. So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
It's good stuff. And today's edition of Smartphone Nation News, that's right, the shortest title ever. We are talking about MadCatz Project MOJO just announced today. So what is it, Rich?
It's another Android micro console. That we needed another one. I feel like well, I'll let you explain what it is before I start instantly getting uber negative. Go ahead.
I think it's since the Ouya was announced, it's been the 17th console, Android console that we've heard of. There's all sorts of mini sticks, mini control pad consoles, all sorts of crap popping up all over the web. But anyways, MadCatz is trying to take the route of the Ouya a little bit and kind of release this actual, TV stand or tabletop gaming console, similar to, your 360 or something like that. But obviously it's all Android. Probably the biggest difference with this is that we don't really know what the hardware is going to be yet. We don't know what the price is going to be yet, but the biggest difference is it's going to be something called Unbound. It's a proprietary platform from MadCatz, and basically they're saying that any game that you've already purchased on Amazon's App Store or Google Play Store, you'll be able to actually play on Project MOJO. So instead of like the Ouya, they kind of have to tailor each game, similar if they're programming it for like the iPhone or the Android, they have to tailor it to those markets. That's kind of what they have to do with the Ouya, which is kind of why there's not a ton of games right now for Ouya, because they have to tailor it to the Ouya's interface, even though it runs over Android. And so MOJO is basically saying, we're gonna anything that already has Android out there that you've already purchased is gonna run on this system just fine. So, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna make a prediction.
Okay.
By the middle of 2014, maybe later into 2014, all these systems are gonna implode.
Yeah.
They're all gonna go away. I could be wrong, but it was funny. I was watching it. You were like, "Hey, did you hear about the Mojo?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watched the IGN video where it had Dustin and I forgot the other guy's name in there, and they were showing it off, and it was just like, oh, if you want to play Angry Birds, even though there's no touch interface, you could use a mouse, and it's like, why the fuck would I want to do that?
Yeah, I can already do that.
Why would I want to do that when I have tablets? You could buy cheap tablets that are like $70 and play Angry Birds on. There's cheap tablets now out there that have dual core processors that could run Dead Trigger and all that. It's just like it's a flooded market. It's like ever since Ouya was announced, like they're like, oh, everyone was so excited over that. The Kickstarter did beautifully. Let's drop another one because let's try to take a piece of the market. And it just doesn't make sense. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record. I know I say broken record a lot, but some of the stuff needs to be repeated because these companies are so ridiculous. Why would I want to do this again when I could use my tablet, which didn't cost that much money? Okay, it costs $100 more probably than this thing is going to cost, but it has a screen on it. It can be a portable device, a tablet, and on top of it, I can hook it up to my TV with an HDMI cable hook, put a controller in, and do the same damn thing. Doesn't make sense to me. They're pointless products. And I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'll give my 2 cents. My concern is the price, to be honest, more than anything, because I think they're going to try to over hardware it. I think they're going to put the Tegra 4 in there. They're going to put, a lot of RAM and a lot more storage and things like that. And it's probably going to be like $150 to $200. And that's going to be a problem. I mean, if it's $100, then I might actually pick this up, and here's why. Because I like the idea of them not trying to create a software that has to have games modified. Yeah, I think for me, I do like playing games on the TV. I like the idea of Ouya. Like I got an Ouya. I went ahead and bought someone that had gotten like the pre-purchase backed thing, had sold it last week on Amazon used. So I went ahead and canceled my pre-order and bought that one so I could get it in hand. And dude, it's cool to be able to play on the screen. The problem is for the Ouya right now, and I think it's going to be the downfall of the system, is that there's no games. I don't think people are going to tailor all their games for it. Like, all those games, even like Dead Trigger Shadowgun that they showed off in all those videos on the Kickstarter. Yeah, they're nowhere to be found on the Ouya. And yeah, and so like you can't even, like, I was looking forward to playing Dead Trigger and Shadowgun on there because I freaking love those games on the tablet. Yeah, they're not on there. And so it's rumored that they're coming, but I guess I didn't realize. I mean, I'll probably keep the Ouya just for like emulators and stuff, but I think it's dead in the water because of the game situation. They can't get people to make games for it. And so the only reason I like this thing more is because it just uses Google Play Store, it uses Amazon's App Store, and any games I purchase for my Android tablet I can automatically play on here, and I think that's a smart idea on their part, and it might actually accomplish what the Ouya didn't. The problem is I really do think the problem is going to be the price. I think they're going to probably release this thing at $150, and this is too high.
And again, they're talking about all these things when the big three, the staple consoles, are coming out. Maybe even, $150 I still feel is too high, but maybe if it was like a couple years ago or a year or two after the PS4, 720, and 720, listen to me, Xbox One and Wii U were launched, okay, cool. But now people are saving up their pennies and their dimes for one of the big three. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you go buy this micro console that just runs Android to play the same games that you may already have on your tablet or your smartphone? It just doesn't. I mean, how are you going to convince people that it's a good idea to take $200 that they may be saving for another console and dump it on this? It just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, I do understand an argument. There is a small portion of the market like myself who I have a lot more time to play tablet games than I do console games right now. And just because of my, my life situation. And so, I mean, if this was $100, I would pick it up for $100. But I definitely understand what you're saying, especially this year with most of your hardcore market already, they're going to be eyeing the PS4, the Xbox One. And, it's interesting that MadCatz came out with this. It just seems like there's always two products on the market. And if they would just,
converge, yeah.
Yeah, kind of converge, it would be the perfect thing, and I say that a lot about the Nexus 7 and the Kindle Fire HD. If we could just take the best features from both at the same price point, it'd be the perfect Android tablet. And I don't know. I just feel like the MadCatz is gonna hit on some things, miss on others, and it's gonna end up being another freaking waste of time.
It's going to be another, you're going to see it as a bargains bin special. I just, I really, like I said to you, it's a craze, right? And the thing is, it's not even a craze because people are already starting to, the wind from the Ouya sales are already starting to die down.
Yeah. If I could give any advice to MadCatz, I would say get this shit out as soon as you can. Like, yes. Put it on the market immediately. Like, don't freaking waste your time like the Ouya did. Because, I mean, dude, the Ouyas, they're toast. I mean, they've waited way too long, and this year and a half they've been out and they haven't been marketing and haven't been getting people to make games for it. And now that it's out and you got a bunch of shit games for it, I'm like, if I was MadCatz, I would rush this thing to the market. And I hardly ever say that, but just get it out to the market and
try to at least recoup the research and development on it before people get wise to the fact that it's a pointless product.
Yeah.
I mean, this always seems to happen though. I mean, now they just need, even like the game stick. Like, I think that's actually a cool concept, but again, it's just, and on top of it, the processor in there is only a dual core. It's more, haven't seen benchmarks, but I'm pretty sure it's more anemic than the Tegra 3 chipset. What the hell are you going to do with that thing? Oh, yeah. I have a micro console hooked up to the back of my HDMI port. It's powered off of it. Whoopee. Because the technology is so outdated and you're not going to be able to play anything anyway.
And I also have to say this too, just from having an iOS device, and no offense to you, Rich, I know that you do a lot of Android reviews for us, but Android also has a lot of development to do to get more games on the App Store. Yes. On its App Store. I mean, they really need to. You know that, because tell me the Tigger Zone doesn't get boring after a while.
It's boring after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because there's like you're playing games that were out on iOS a year ago, and that still remains the problem. Like this Gangstar Vegas game that everyone's watching right now. I mean, I don't know the exact release date of Android, but if it follows GameLoft's other titles, it will be like 2 to 3 weeks before it's on Android. Now it may be out right now. I don't know. GameLoft may be one of the few companies that are doing it at the same time now. But most games, that come out on iOS come out like 2 to 3 weeks before they show up on Android, if they show up on Android at all. And that really needs to be developed, for consoles like this to be good as well.
Which makes no sense to me, because I could even see like 3 years ago, but the install base for Android is ginormous now. Like, I don't get why. Is it easier? It may be just easier because the hardware doesn't vary as much with iOS. Maybe that's why, but yeah, I can't buy anymore that the install base on iOS is bigger. I don't even think it is. I think Android install base is bigger, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's just no need. The bottom line is, and I'll end at least my side with this, is that I just feel like these products are redundant, they're unnecessary, and they're all trying to catch on a craze that wasn't even really a craze. That like the whole Ouya love story lasted for like 2 weeks, and then people were over it before the thing even came out. So I don't know. It just just buy a tablet with an HDMI out and get a Bluetooth controller, and you can do the same thing all these things are doing. Don't waste your money on these consoles, because they're not even freaking consoles to begin with, in my opinion.
And I'm going to end my part by saying these products are amazing. They're awesome. You should go buy them all right now. I'm just kidding.
Buy all of them.
I'm just playing.
Buy all 17 of them, wipe out your bank account, and then you'll do absolutely nothing with them, and they'll collect dust.
That's right. You can play Angry Birds with a mouse.
Yes, that was my dream come true.
That's right. Because I can't do that already on the PC. So
yeah, time and time again. Even in Google Chrome, you could do that. It's built right into it.
I know.
Download the app. But anyway.
All right. Well, this has been Tony and Rich for Smartphone Nation. Congrats again, Rich. We're looking forward to a lot more videos from you. And I hope everyone has a good night. Make sure you like and favorite this video. Subscribe to us. Also, check out Review Tech USA and Classic Leet, our other 2 channels. And I hope you have a great night.
You have a good night, guys. Have a good one.